Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Live today. Interesting, different.
ETFs are a superior wrapper.
You are live with us on the Power Hour. What's up?
It is time for pre-market prep at the close.
Oh, and just big shout out to you and your community.
This is incredible. It's kind of like a platform for
Ryan Kaluna with the Benzinga Pro team.
You are listening to the Biotech Buzz.
The comment section on this show is remarkable. Like the quality of the combo.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, early birds. It is Thursday. Would you believe it? It still is very nice here in Amsterdam. It's 25 degrees or something, and summer really is kicking in. So what are we doing today? We have a big old watch list as usual. Of course, we're going to look back at what happened yesterday. Just looking back at what Gamestop did yesterday evening, or yesterday afternoon. If you're in America, it's 4 a.m. in America right now. So if you're watching this, then you're up late playing poker, or you are up early having your breakfast. Anyway, if you watch this show, if you watch this show live, or if you're watching this show after we air today, then please hit that like. We need that at Benzinga, because it's just something that really helps us and really helps the algorithm. So hit that like, guys. It's good morning, Pavel. Good morning, Joe. Good morning, OP. Everybody okay after GameStop yesterday? I hope so, because, well, something really did happen yesterday, didn't it? Let me just have a look what exactly happened. I watched it just for 15 minutes or something, and then I thought, well, okay. There we are. Let's take a look. GameStop. Oh yeah. From 320 to 265, and now trying to get up here. So this is now pre-market open. Watching this from 275 to 279, 5 points already. Trying to make good for what it lost yesterday. So this is what happened yesterday during the release of earnings. But well, who cares about earnings when you are in GameStop? I hope nobody got burned here. Did anybody play GameStop? I bet you didn't. So this is GameStop now on a daily. Really dipped nicely into this 9 EMA here. So might just be a level today if you want to play that one. I'm not going to, as you know, but GameStop now up already from 273-ish. So down to 272 and up now to 284, 12 points. Ding dong. It's amazing. And it's not even the biggest volume, because look at what Cloth is doing, CLOV. Also a lot of volume, also a big spike up here from $16.50 to $17.70, a whole dollar on a $16 stock just in the opening here. SNDL, well, this is SNDL in the pre-market, as it always does, very thickly traded, that's what we say. And here is Medley Management from $8 to $16. So, okay, if you were in this rip, if you had some kind of knowledge here, then you could have gotten in here. I never do, as you all know, but well, looking here now at the 5 minutes chart on this one, let's see what it does here. Made a new high on a 5-minute candle, but this 1790.39, this is a level that I drew in some time ago. It's just spiking up here now as it did on this day here. So this was the high of 17. Got there. Did not get there, of course, just under that, but trying to get there now. Only 3,000 shares traded right now in this 1 minute, so I'm not gonna get into stocks like these because it's just too risky for me. It's not my kind of play, but if you want to, then you can. Of course you can. So SJ, good morning. Femi, good morning. You're still in GME. OP, you are really my hero. Diamond hands. Okay, people, so I talked to my producers a few days ago and yesterday also, and they really liked our show because it's our show. And what they also said to me is, come on, you have to, you had over 2,000 people watching a few days ago and not more than 100 likes. So if you like this, then please hit that like. 2,000 people are watching, and the only thing that we got is 100 likes. So please get up and take 1 second of your day and hit that like, please, because it's not important to me, of course, as you know, but it's very important. It's very, very, very important to Benzinga. That's what I wanted to say. So information on this show is for information purposes only. Of course, you know that by now. And what you also need to know is that you can follow me on Twitter. And if you follow me on Twitter, then you can see what I'm doing during the day, if I am doing anything at all. And yesterday I had this little talk with Stacy. She was in a stock and we talked about that. So you can follow that if you want to, where she got in and where she wants to get out. So if you're in a stock, and it's a stock that we discussed this morning, and tell me if you're in, or tell me if you're going to go in there, or if you did go in and make a profit or make a loss. That's also fine with me. But I think that's really important, that the community here is such a great community. all you people know a lot about stocks, and even if you are not a professional trader or just a beginner trader or just doing this for a few months or maybe for a year or so, but don't make the money that you want to, give me the tickets, give me the stocks. It's very important that you do, because here at Benzinga we do a lot of things for free, and the only thing that we ask of you is to hit that like. And it's all about the community, as you know. And hey, Steph, Vicky and BKM, good morning. Steph from Paris, another one from Paris, or another one. I don't know if OP is from Paris, but I think definitely he's from France. He's French speaking at least. And Bark trending again. The dog had some difficulty with this heat going on right now, so we had a full walk this morning, 1 hour walk every morning. Very important, of course. And she's now resting in a cooler place, so she's not behind me in the chair, but she's in a cool place now, and she deserves that. So Bark, you say? Oh yeah, also nice pre-market play here. So this is how you can do the pre-market play if you want to. Number of shares are 6,000, so be very careful, because that's nothing. But this is your first 5-minute candle, and the next 5-minute candle to make a new high, you can get in here. So if you want to, you can do anything that you want, of course, because you're your own boss, but I don't get in the first 5 minutes, because it can just fall back on you like they sometimes do, because of those low volumes here. But if the next 5-minute candle is higher than the 5-minute candle here, then you can get in, because you really can have a stop here somewhere. You have to put it in manually, so you cannot do a market stop loss because it's pre-market, but you can put your stop here and do it manually, so really, and then you don't lose a lot, only 20 cents or something. So now it's falling down here. Let's look at the daily for Bark. Is this really a nice trend? Yeah, it is. We called out this 1250. I think that it was on this day last week. 1250 would be the point that if it got above this resistance, then it's a long, and it tries to today. So it got up to 1374, and what's nice if this, if you see something like this, if 1250 is resistance, and now it's pulling back, which is okay. What you want to see, if something like this 1250, if this was resistance for a long time, or for some time, then what you want to see here is that resistance turns into support. So if it stays above this 1250, and I really want to see a dip here, and then just tick that 1250. If resistance turns into support, then this is just something that you might want to play. Support. I've been up for several hours now, but still I'm having some trouble in spelling support. So if resistance turns into support, then this is a very nice support level. Okay, people. Good morning, Saeed Prasad. Sacramento, you are good. You are up early. Brian, good morning. Wish, will it rebound today? FCEL, yeah, FCEL is on our list. Clough, CLOV, any rebound? Workhouse, horse, I don't know. Let's see. Let's do these tickets before we get to our list. So let's do a BKM wants to know if there will be a rebound on Clough. Well, we don't know. Nobody knows anything. We had to play this one on price action yesterday. And it's good if you did, because a lot of things happened here. Dog is back in its place now. So this was what we talked about a few minutes ago. Just pull this up. So this was this level here, this 1744 level, was resistance. Then it just flew through that twice. So is this resistance? It's not. Is it support? I don't think so. So what you're asking right now, BKM is will it rebound? So will this happen today? Will this happen today? Will it happen today? This is what you're asking. Nobody knows this, of course. Can we see anything that points to some evidence of that? This is the gap up. So you have to be wary that this also may be a day that this one just gaps down and fills the gap, because stocks would like to fill the gap eventually, even to the downside. So just might be a short if this one is shortable. I don't know if it's hard to borrow or anything. Look at that. But there are no predictions to be made for Clough. So I will stick to my comments of yesterday and say Clough has to be on price action, because I see no levels. Wish. Do you think Wish will rebound this day? No, well, there's the same answer for you, because this is just, if you're day trading, thinking will do you no good. So I try to think as less as possible, but it's 150 EMA now. Didn't care about that 50 EMA at all yesterday. And stick with my advice from yesterday, price action. So first discover what you first should do when markets open is price discovery. Where does this one go? We talked about it yesterday in the first 15 minutes. So this is just price action that you want to price discovery, what you want to see, and then price action for Wish. There are no levels for Wish. FCEL, we're going to talk about FCEL. It's on our lists. Workhorse frame. Workhorse. No, not workhouse. Workhorse. Horse. I've been to the desert on a horse with no name. So this is the price action that we discussed a few days. So this is just all over the place. This is just all over the place. Nobody likes to see these wicks here on any time frame. Gapped up here, so this line is just doing anything for you right now. Well, the only thing that you can say about Workhouse is this 1836 level here. It still has a lot of trouble getting above that. It's now at 1643, so for day trade just might not be your place right now to do this. So it's also a price action stock. That's what I'm thinking at least. And if it gets momentum and gets above this 1836, then you just might want to play this one because it had a lot of trouble getting above that here. But if it's going to do that today, I am not convinced. Joey Garza, yeah, from Texas. Good morning. Up early. AMC, yeah, we saw AMC just that was our opening shot of AMC. This is AMC on a daily. It got hit very bad yesterday, and this is what's happening now on AMC. Sorry, AMC. Yeah, we didn't talk about AMC. I'm sorry. I looked at AMC this morning, but we didn't talk about it. So this is AMC. This is also a price action play for me because, because of these moves here. And on any time frame, maybe on any time frame, this just might be a level that you want to watch. So this is the low of yesterday, which is 44.90. It's just close to its 9 EMA on a daily. So just for fun, maybe you should watch this 44.90, and maybe if it finds some support here at 44.90, then you might just play this one to the upside. So 44.90 on AMC, but also keep in mind price action, because AMC, well, we know what can happen to AMC, not only based on what's happened here, but what happened earlier here and here and here. So AMC is still something that is hard to put a level on, but this 44.90 just might do the trick for you on AMC. Yeah, Frame from Croatia. My dog is from Croatia, as you know. So, Fraskan, good morning. Do you prefer handball or soccer, or are you asking it to Frame on? Yeah, okay. So, Sai Prasad, X, Steel. What's Steel doing? Well, you saw what we drew here. I was very proud of that because it fitted in right. No, not exactly, but look at this. This is what we predicted here. Almost got there, and then this is what we predicted the next day, and almost perfectly. If you played that with me on that day, I don't think that you could, because we talked about this on my afternoon show, Amsterdam time, which is the 7:30 show Eastern time, which is on my other channel. And if you want to watch that, follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is below this video. And it's just another channel. I'm not going to sell you anything. I'm not going to sell you a course. I'm not going to sell you some guru-like stuff or a beginner's course or anything like that. We here at Benzinga, we want to really give as much information as possible for free. And this is all free. And the only thing that you have to do is hit that like. So X is Sai Prasad is really something that you what you want to see here right now is, of course, after these days we played it here because, well, there was movement enough for a day trade. So what you want to see right now is this 27 This seems to be something that's an intraday play or something. I don't know what kind of level it is, so let's take that away. So trying to figure out a pattern here other than the trend, of course, that you can see right now here going on. So if you want to draw some trend lines, then this is one, and then it's going there. Prices of steel are going up, demand is going up, so this is what you're seeing right now. And if you just want to trade this one in this trend line like this, then as a swing trade, if you are a swing trader, so if you're getting in and out of a stock on a weekly basis or something, so then something like this can happen to your trades, and you're just going to be fine in trading this trend. So there's a lot of room here from this trend line to that trend line, so you can do that. That's a possibility. If you're a day trader, then you want to see something similar to this. So a big day up, big day up, big day up, big day up, and then hit the trend line and then go down again for more than 7 days. Just then holding its peace here and then go back up. You can also see that it's really respecting its 50 EMA here. So the blue line is the 50 moving average. It's respecting the blue line, 50 moving average, which is closely to this trend line here. And but for a day trade, what you want to see is a second day mover. So this one needs to make a new high in order to trade it to the upside, if that's your game plan. So let's look at this. So this is what we see on a daily. Now this is a big candle, of course, here. So as a second day mover, you want to see this one above 27.77. And you might want to get a starter here on this post-market high here, 27.59, and then to the low sides. Well, I'm always hesitating here to put a level on this because there's almost no volume here. So I'd rather be on the safe side here and say 27.22 will be support, or has to be support, if you want to play this to the long side. And otherwise you can also, there's a lot of room to the downside, as you can see on the daily here. So to this trend line, there's enough room to the downside because it's really respects this blue line here, this 50 EMA. So that's X. Good morning for us. Juan, you are the one who are catching up to my energy right now. Like it. Okay, guys, I just want to have a look at what happened yesterday. So follow me on Twitter, then you can see that I was talking to my all-time friend from Australia. We don't talk about that right now, but let's talk about Stacy, of course. I remember the name. Don't worry, Stacy, if you're watching. So this is what we saw yesterday on ARMK. What do you think about this logo, by the way? Huh? ARMK. So this is what I drew on ARMK, and this is what happened. So it got to this 37 23 line and then all the way to the blue line here, which is the 50 moving average. So not a big play, it was a slow play, but sometimes a slow play, if you can make 50 cents on a stock and you put in the right amount, then it's just good enough, at least good enough for me. And then, so this was ARM key and this was Atos. And on Atos, I got out too soon, which will happen also. So we drew this 509 line here. I got in while it went down because I had a limit order here at 511 or something. My stop here was at 485, so that's a 20-cent stop, a little above it, so 20 cents. Because this was also a line that we drew as being some kind of support. So I had a limit order here, and when it hit 510 or 511, I'm not sure anymore. And it just went on going down, 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 down. So now here I am on this low point here. And I'm at a loss of, I think, $300 or something. And then luckily for me, because I want to risk $400 on any trade. And then it just went up here. And it went up here. And I was so relieved that I went from red to green that I thought, well, okay, just going to watch if VWAP. So this brown one here is VWAP. And VWAP is always a level. Always a level. So this now is resistance here. So you can see, try to get above VWAP, then pull down again, up, pull down again, just on VWAP, then get up again. I think, okay, I'm doing good because 573 will be my exits, and then just down again. And so I'm very nervous. Remember that I'm in the red here, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm moving this one from red to green. I am positive right now. I don't want to turn a winning trade into a losing trade. So this happened, this big red candle here, which was the biggest red candle in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles. And I saw what happened here on those big red candles. So what I was afraid of that this one, the next candle would do something like this. So I went out here. And it was just way too early because after that, this happened. So I could have made a bigger gain than that, but always worried if you are around VWAP. And then I was just watching this one again, but Atos, I was just out too soon. So that's a lesson for me, and it's maybe a lesson for everybody. And so that's what I did, and that's what I did based on the stocks that I showed you yesterday. So on my Twitter feed, I will show you what I discuss on my shows. I also trade some other stuff, but if it's not on my show, I don't feel like sharing that with you because that would just feel dishonest. So you can also trade on price action during the day or on intraday levels, or if you see something that's very interesting. But I'm just going to show you as some kind of accountability that I just show you the stocks that we discuss on the day. And you can follow me on Twitter, and I will call out if I'm watching something. So I think what I did yesterday is that there's the dog. So what I did yesterday, I don't remember that well, but I think that I said, well, I'm watching Atos right now going down. So if I'm saying I'm watching something, then I'm watching it to go into one of those levels. I'm not going to say I'm in, I'm getting in because I don't feel comfortable doing that because I don't know what your strategies are. But if I'm watching something, then something is close to one of the levels that I gave you, and then you can trade them from those levels. So you can also say, okay, this one is going down. I'm going to play the short here or the short under here, but this is my typical play. So stock goes down and I buy the dip and then expecting it to go up again. And it did go up, but got out too soon. So that's the play I make. And if you want to follow me on that, then follow me on Twitter. You're always too early for us. Yeah. That's something that's every trader can relate to. Okay, we've got a lot of stocks going on, guys, and it's you're in a half hour already. So I'm gonna do stocks now. That's what you are here for. These are my trading ideas for the day, and we start with VICI, VICI, and this is why. So I had a good day yesterday, and there's no volume whatsoever today, but what you want to see on this one, that is, I'm gonna, at least what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna watch this one over 33.26 at least, and then see if this will be a secondary runner. So only gonna play this one to the long sides. And this is why it's at all-time highs, and I'm not comfortable shorting a stock that is at all-time highs, because it's at all-time highs, and it means it's strong. So if you short a stock here, then I did not very good on shorting stocks like this. So this is what I'm looking for. To the upside, there's no levels here because it's at all-time highs. But this is what you're looking for on VICI. ELAN. It's not French, is it? No, it's not. Elanco. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days down. And then this happened. So look at this. Really nice bounce here on the 50 moving average. And then this is something that you want to see. Some might argue, okay, you're late to the party, but others might argue, well, this is a clear reversal sign. And this is also why you want to see something like this happening on ELAN. And really at least has to hold this 34.34 on the long side, or this one, this 34.54 to the long side. I'm not in the habit of shorting this. It just also might be a choppy day for this one, but well, based on what happens here, I have some good faith that it just might do the trick today. So we're watching this one also. CNHI. This is a little bit messy, to be honest. But I like this pullback here. And I just want to be sure that it will hold this 1771 here. So this has to be support level and then trade it back to the upside again, because I will give it to you that it's just not the ideal play, of course, but a lot of people might see this also and see the bounce here. So and then this is the range here that you can trade it in. That's not a big range, so you need some something that gives it a little more perspective. And then you just can say maybe, okay, this 1786 is also a level for you here. Get all the way up, back up to its high of yesterday. So it's not a big mover, but sometimes I want to just put on some tickers that not everybody else puts on, and this is one of them. CNHI. This is what it did yesterday, so this looks very, very bullish to me normally, but having some trouble to holding these levels here. So anything under 12.08. Let's put in 12. Why not? A nice round number, 1201. So it's now around 13. It can move $1.15 on a day. So that is just great for a $12 stock. You can make a lot of profit. And then you want to see this post-market high here. That's what you want to. That's your first resistance here at 1484. So that's a long way from where it's trading right now. So I'm expecting something like my ideal play here would be that it's just around fear right now, that it's pulling down here on one or two candles to the downside, then hits this 12 level and then gets back up again. You also might want to consider this to be a level. So this is now post-market low here. This is 1260-ish. You really have to watch post-market lows during the next few hours, and maybe it just will catch this 1259, and then you can play this one back to the upside and fill this gap to 1422. So let's see what this one does. I am curious about CNHI. Good morning, Koshia from the UK. I do some more tickets from the chat in a while, so I'm just going to finish my list today. Well, I'm not the one who predicts anything, but when I do, I do. So we talked about this one yesterday, I think, on the afternoon show Amsterdam time. This is what we thought that might happen, or that we want to happen, this one, and it's just did that almost perfect. So now on this one we want to see this move back up. Look at this. So 1010 is the level right now to the upsides, this one. And maybe, just maybe, you can play this one all the way to 1070. Not maybe, because it's can also a big mover on a day. $1.15. It's a lot for a $10 stock. That's 10% on a day. Just curious if this was the right call, and let's see if he can have a third day mover to the upside now. ICL. This was ICL. This is the daily now that you're seeing here right now. So, you know what I'm going to say? Higher highs and higher lows. This is how a stock should move if it's going up. and it just does. And it's caught that this one trades very clean, so it doesn't do any things that you won't expect. Maybe this is something, and now it's at this point here, so you just might be in a position here now to snatch this one here at 729-ish. So if this is some kind of a support, then you can snatch this one up, or if this is your support at 1714, then this can also be something you want to have a look at. This almost looks like a double top, but isn't. So anything above 756 is also nice. It's not a big mover on a day, but it has its days. So ICL just small mover on a day, but sometimes like here, it just wants to go, and then you can make some nice profits. So you need a lot of volume here on ICL in order to see if this one will go. If you're into this kind of stuff. So Nvgs, this is something else. This is a lot of sideways movements, like a heartbeat almost. But well, you can trade heartbeats if you can see the level here. So there is a lot of support or resistance. Anyway, you look at it here on this one. So if it stays above its 1050 line here, then maybe, just maybe, this is something that you can play also today. So the levels for Nvgs are 1050 and 1070. Then a stock that you all know, OCGN. Well, look at this. We played this one like a guitar here, as you see. So this is just... put this one here. So this is the move that it made, just $1.60 on a $10 stock. It can move $1 a day. It has a lot of trouble respecting these levels, as you can. Do you see this here? So it just blasts right through this, and I'm not going to call a level whatsoever on this one. So price action. Note to myself. Space. I always thinking of the Muppet Show when I see this stock. Maybe if you remember, if you're old enough like me, and there was this Muppet Show with pigs in space. Pigs in space. No? Okay, don't do that. Okay, don't do that. 34.79. This one. 35.04. 35.05. 34.87. So this is something that this is an area of resistance and an area of support also. So it was resistance during these two, and now it's trying to claim some kind of support here, but had a lot of trouble in staying above this one. So Normally, I would say this is a short. There's a lot of room here to the downside, to 32.60. So I am long bias, as you know by now. And if you're long bias and you look at a stock like this, then you're not happy. But there are a lot of people who are short bias, who want to short all the stocks. And if you see something like this happen, this big red candle and this candle here, then you're going to play this one to the short side. You can move $3.40 on a day. And just also something that you might want to look in the afternoon, because it's just going down now and might just bounce here on a 32.60 mark, and then maybe you will get a bounce back up to not to 34, of course, but just might bounce here. So if you're a short player, then you might just want to short this one down to 32.60. I'm just looking for a long here and want to see this one above 32.84. 34.84, sorry. GG, small stock. This one looked interesting to me because it's trying to get above its 50 EMA here. A lot of people say, oh, those small stocks, they are lottery tickets. Well, they are not. That's just not something that you should say about these stocks, because if you can see that they are holding on to their levels and they are just small stocks, nothing more than that. So, and they can move like here, they can move only 20 cents sometimes, but that's not what you're looking for right now. So what I'm looking for now is this 353. This is my entry level. I'm only going to look at the long side for this, and to the upside, if it pulls down to this level here or here or here, then that's the thing with small stocks, then it rarely gets up on the same day. But I'm looking for something like this, of course. Yeah? So this is a 70 cents move on a day, and that's something that you want to look for if it's now close to its 550 moving average. So everything above 353, it's a long for me. Then my old friend NNDM did what it had to do finally here, but having some trouble now keeping these levels here. So these levels, I always take a look at NNDM, not on this show every day, because you will get very bored doing that. Hey, Adrian, Clough, we discussed Clough already, and I'm going to ask about your takers in just a few minutes, and then we're going to do some taker time from the chat. But I promised everybody that this was my big old watch list, and I'm just gonna finish this one. So, but NNDM, this is what we wanted finally on NNDM, and didn't get to hold this level here. And I'm just curious right now if it's so. This just might be the beginning of a trend up. Might. You never know it in this stock, but I'm not predicting anything. I'm just doing my analysis, and I see that this is my 50 moving average, and everything above 70.60 will be a long for me for NNDM. Black Power, same story. Got up to this place here. We played this one before, and now. So this was the first time in a while here that it got above its 200 SME here. But didn't get anywhere. No, anywhere 34.40. That's the level that it can go to, because it can the ATR on this one is $1.70, but this is a move of $2.27. So you want this 31.51 to be the level for plug power. And then you just might play this one back to the upside, and then your next level would be in this area. You also can say this 34.40 is your first target. STLA. This is what we wanted to see on STLA 7 days back or something here. And it did do that only in it took you 5 days. So for a swing trade, this was just perfect play. This big up, and then this is what I wanted to see on a day. Well, didn't do that, as you obviously can see. Now it's pulling back, and I like pullbacks because if something pulls back, then I can buy it. It's not a big mover on a day. This $20 mark is now not in place anymore, but so no real levels here, and just want to make this one a price action play. I need volume to play this one because it's not a big mover, but it can be a big mover. Then an old friend CCL also played this one like a guitar. Look at this. Try to get up. It still did not reach this point here. This is, let's say, the $40 mark here, 40-ish. This is the day that it fell down. This was COVID, and well, really tries to. It's not so nice as you saw before on some other stocks with nice high lows and lower highs, higher lows and higher highs. And so, but it seems to, it can just hold on to this 30-31 level. I say it can. So on CCL, what you see a lot on CCL is big spikes up and then giving it all back again, big spikes up and giving it all back again, or big spikes down like this one here and then climbing back up. And that's what I'm looking for in this stock. So I'm only playing CCL if it comes down to this level of 30.25-ish. Yeah, that's good enough, I think. There are some these are two lows here at 29.20.92, so it just might go all the way back to this support level. So I will watch this one go down and then try to play it up again. That's my play on CCL. FCEL. Also tried to get there, but did not. Having a lot of trouble getting back up again after this nice day here. So 1073 is my level of supports. And then anything, I'm only going to play this one to the long side. So 1073 will be my support because, well, if you want to short it, there's your next support level. And then you can do this to 10. Well, there might be some room, but the movement you want to see here, then that it's really gonna hold is 50 EMA here, and it's 9 EMA here. So 1073 will be my support level for FCEL. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. RLX. Well, the big question here is this the start of a new beginning? You see all kinds of different stocks, and I'm trying to pick all kinds of different stocks here for you guys, because everybody can shout out the usual suspects, but this is a recent IPO, didn't do well at all, as you can see. And this is 890. This is 890. So 890, 890. This is double bottom. On any time frame you see a double bottom, then it just might be reversal sign. And the next sign that you have, if it is a reversal, is this one. So this low is now higher than this low, so that's okay. And this high is higher than this high, but this was not a high. So you really need something like this here right now. So this would have been perfect if it just had crossed this one, but it didn't. And this ugly wick is also something that you don't want to see here, but Spencer. This is what you want to see here. I won't say that it does, so you need this wick has to be completely eaten by the next one, and then maybe you can play this one, and if it gets above this 10, then you are doing all right. It really has to hold this, and this is the double bottom, so you don't want to go back all the way there, but you really need this one to hold, because this has to form a new higher low. So this is now the low that you need as support. So that's RLX SIG, SIG. A whole nother story that you see here right now. So if you see something like this, you know what I'm going to say. I'm going to say price action. OVV also pulling down a little bit. We played OVV in this area after this big spike up here, hoping that it would do that, and it did. And now what you want to see is the same of one of the other stocks. It's now just pulling down a little bit. So 30.06 will be the level that I need in order to go back up again. So this is your support. SIRI, same thing. I hope that I did not trigger any telephones from calling out SIRI, but this is 659 that you want to see on SIRI. And then BMI. So this is BMI. And we talked about BMI because we saw this happening here in 2020. And then we saw the same thing happening here. And it proved to be the level that you can short this one off. And now it's really did. And then yesterday, this happens. And what you want to see is something like this, of course. But what you also might see is something like this. So this is the big green candle. And then sometimes you can look at a stock and what did it do after a big green candle? Well, it did this. It did this, but it also could do this. So this 65.20 needs to hold here, and then everything above 65.60. Well, let's do this more accurate. 65.60. Yeah, 65.60 is a long. So was that a big old watch list, or was it? It's 11 o'clock. Crypto all day, all night. Can you just say the watch list again? It's in the YouTube. It's in the announcements on YouTube. That's my big watch list, but I can pull it up again. So this is my watch list. Can you see that all? I'm going to put myself out of the picture so you can.
I tell all my CEOs, this is a very, very, very important platform. And look, all the other platforms are important too, but you're up there now. You're way up there.
Best investments you can do in your future is actually go and re-educate yourself on credible sites and credible resources like Benzinga. I think you guys have been killing it.
The comment section on this show is remarkable. Like the quality of the combo, and just big shout out to you and your community.
So I love about you guys, you know, you just had all your callers in right then. And it's all about the community here at Benzinga.
Okay, guys, so this was the watch list. The big old watch list of today. 20 stocks on my watch list. So VICI, ELAN, Klein, EDU, ICL, OCGN, Nvgs, Space, GG, NNDM, Plug, CCL, RLX, STLA, FCEL, SIG, OVV, CNHI, SIRI, BMI. That's another stock list, and all the other channels do. There are some big movers here, there are some slow movers, there are big stocks, there are small stocks, so you can play anything you like according to your experience or your strategies. So let's do some tickers. Let's do some tickers, 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 tickers. That's not what I want to see. Huh? COS. We didn't look at COS for a while now. So you're expecting a squeeze like this here, as it did in January. Well, you can if you want to. I'm not going to call anything on this because of this. So it does not respect any levels, but yeah, just can't get the squeeze. Of course. What can you say about this one other than watch it during the day? But thanks for pointing that out, Gabble. That's all about the community pointing out and giving out this information. So short borrow fee rate went up. And that's just something that if you all look at that, then it just might be a squeeze again. Be sure that you know what you're doing if you're getting into stocks like these, because it just might get halted all the way. And if you don't have any experience in that, then be careful. SNDL, yeah, why not? So, not a lot of tickers today at the end of the show. I always ask at the end of the show any tickers, guys, and if you don't have anything from me other than what I just talked about, then yeah, SNDL tries to get above this 150, and that's not the first time that it did that. So this is something that happened a year ago. Well, SNDL is very thickly traded, as we say. So it just, if there's and thickly traded means that there is a lot of volume on the bid and the ask side, and this just looks to me that it's not following its uptrend. I only traded this one when it got above its $1 on 2 occasions. This one here and this one here. This didn't give me a lot, but this one didn't trade it till here. Don't worry, got out way too early. But now the trend is not your friend anymore if you look at this. So SNDL, I wouldn't do anything about this one. It's a nice small stock for beginner traders, but well, it's, as I said, it's very thickly traded. That's how we call that. And then you get these sorts of graphs. So I wouldn't do anything about SNDL. Thank you for that, T-Mars. So the Donkey Kong, it's not Donkey Kong, I know that. Yeah, that's a nice call, TMP. We talked about a few of those earlier, Ash, and that's just, you have a good eye in spotting this one also. So this is going up. Seems that this was the top now for Donkey Kong, but you can also see that it's respecting its blue line here, which is the 50 moving average. It's at 52.96 right now. So my ideal play for this one would also be some more downward movement here all the way to 52.96, and then there's a lot of room in playing this one to the upside. So that's how I would normally play it, but well, looking at this right now, then these spikes here tell you something, don't they? So it just might hold this 56 level also, this 56 purple level here, Lila, if you want to. And Jen just played from there. That just might also be some kind of nice play. 53.66, and otherwise all the way down to 52.96. That's now the 50 moving average on a daily, and then waiting for the bounce. Sometimes you have to wait for an all day. Sometimes the day trading is just a waiting game. You can trade in the first hour. That's going to be very volatile and a lot of chances, but you can also trade this in the afternoon after lunch and during the end of the day, because a lot of volatility comes in at the end of the day also. So if it just drops down to 52.96 during the day, then this just might be your in for this one. So good eye on this one, TMP. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you didn't already subscribe to Benzinga, we are over 100,000 subscribers now. Hit that like button, hit the share button, tell about Benzinga to your friends, of course. That's what you always should do. And be sure that if you're going to trade today, trade very safely and trade like a happy trader. And if you want to see what I am doing today, follow me on this Twitter handle. It's also under this video, so link to that and follow me. And then you can see the conversations that I have with people who are trading today, and you also can see what I am doing, or what I did, or what I've been watching, and they all come down to what I talked about in this show. So if you want to watch that, follow me on Twitter. If you want to see what happens between now and 7:30, so 2 hours before markets open, you still can catch me on my other channel. Follow me on Twitter, because I will tell you where you can see that other show, which is a small show, which is a short show, which is just an update on some stocks that we talked about today, but also some other stocks that are noticeable today. And if you don't do that, then you can watch me tomorrow, 4 a.m. Eastern time. That's 10 o'clock Amsterdam time. It's Friday again tomorrow, so it's going to be funny Friday. We're going to do stickers, and a lot of fun tomorrow. So please be sure to be there. And if you're not, then have a good weekend. And otherwise, happy trading today. Thank you for watching.